The journalists are associated with the news website NewsClick. A case has been filed against the website under an anti-terror law. It comes after the New York Times alleged in August that NewsClick received funding from a businessman with links to China and promoted pro-Beijing talking points. The journalists say police have confiscated their laptops and their phones. Well, the Press Club of India has reacted on the social media platform X. It said the Press Club of India is deeply concerned about the multiple raids conducted on the houses of journalists and writers associated with NewsClick, and that we are monitoring the developments and will be releasing a detailed statement. Well, we can actually speak to Gautam Lahiri, who is the president of the Press Club of India. He joins us now from New Delhi. Many thanks for your time, sir. I'm quite surprised when you heard about these raids. Can you tell us a bit more about who these journalists are exactly that have been targeted?
Thank you very much. Actually, many of the journalists are very senior and veteran journalists. They are in the profession for more than 30 years. Some of them are very close to us, and many of them are members of Press Club of India. They take part actively in the club activities, particularly on the issue of media freedom. So we are really very concerned about the way the security agencies have snooped into their houses in the early morning and taken away them to an unknown destination. Some sources are saying that they are taken into some custody where they are being interrogated about the link with the so-called allegedly China-linked news portal. But that's why we have asked the government to come out with details so that we can take a further view on this issue.
And sir,
actually,
if I understand correctly, the authorities have used a terror law or have cited a terror law in order to carry out these raids. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Even in our, Press Club manifesto manuals, we have said, we have urged in the government, the journalist should not be booked under the anti-terror law. If anyone is found in violation of any Indian financial laws or any other laws of the land, they can take actions. But why the journalists are being dubbed termed as a terrorist, or the terrorists are being taken under that law, where the journalists are booked under the same law? So that's why it's a clear a statement we are asking for and demanding from the government. Government should come out clean so that no wrong perception goes around the world that government is looking at the freedom of media.
And let's look at these allegations that were made by the New York Times back in August that the funding of this website comes from a US millionaire who is pushing some sort of Chinese agenda or propaganda. Is overseas funding for a news website illegal in India?
Well, the website is legal. It is not banned. It is not banned. Sometimes the security agencies have raided their organizations, or they have been detained by the police and asked. After that, they have let them free. They are doing their job. But the point is, with the allegation, there is an ongoing case in the Indian court, and the court is hearing about these cases where our portal has clearly said it's a completely false statement that they are being funded by some Chinese agencies or pro-Chinese element. So we are not sure about that case unless the Indian court gives a clear verdict on it.
And tell us a little bit more about this website, NewsClick. How long has it been around? Tell us about its reporting and why you are so concerned now about how these journalists have been treated.
Generally, the NewsClick is this portal is very critical about the functioning of the present government at the center. That's a BJP-led government. And they are doing some stories which definitely annoy the government. Sometimes the government also says that they are very biased in reporting. So sometimes their report might be wrong. I am not denying that. But point is, then government should have many ways to counter those statements or counter those stories. It is not the way that the police should act on a journalist, whether they're right or wrong, unless they have violated any Indian law, as I have already told you. So they are functioning quite for some times in this country, and they are very popular indeed. Some of the stories are liked by many people. Obviously, government people don't like their stories. That's the democracy all about, that you have to agree or agree to disagree.